It's the weekly check of what's on the docket and given to us by the legal community and the news gods and political gods, Rick Perry, and the mugshot that is making the rounds on social media this morning. Let's go to Fox News legal analyst Lis Wiehl. Lis, I recall some years back the case of a young female teacher who was convicted of having relations with a much younger male student. And in the end, I guess the judge or the court said, this woman is just too pretty to go to prison. So do you think that might be the case with Rick Perry? He's too pretty to go to prison?
He's looking good. He looks sort of like a Ken doll. Someone was saying, you want to go on Match.com.
Why does everybody keep saying I'm a girl's toy? I remember that line from Toy Story.
Go on Match.com, and you've got Rick Perry, and sort of, they did put him up as the model. He looks so cute with those glasses now and everything.
No glasses in the mugshot, though.
Oh, no glasses. That's true. No glasses in the mugshot. I don't know. He really, got the Ken doll hair going. So... Sure, I think that's a good defense there. I'm the Ken doll. You can't deprive me of my time with Barbie, so you can't put me in jail.
The more unflattering picture is Miss Lambert, and where she's plastered 3 times beyond the legal limit. And there's a picture that's making the round right next to Rick Perry's really nice mugshot.
Yeah.
Where she's just sticking out her tongue all like frog face. Just absolutely ugly.
3 times over the legal limit, and 3 times got an empty bottle of vodka there in her car.
Sweet.
But of course, that's not what this case is about, though, is it?
Well, actually, it's the root of it, because had she not been sent to jail for being 3 times over the legal limit, he would not have asked for her resignation and started this legal tiff.
That's not necessarily true either.
Okay, so I guess Rick Perry would have no problem with the Public Integrity Unit then asking her to resign. She didn't resign, and that's the genesis of this legal fight, isn't it?
That is the genesis. I mean, he got upset because she wouldn't resign. She is the head of the Public Integrity section, and I think his feeling was, wait, I'm just going to cut the money off to that segment, not because of not wanting the money to go to Public Integrity, but because I don't want it to be going to her specifically, because she just pled guilty to this DUI.
Okay, through your legal lenses, what is the hurdle that Rick Perry's legal team needs to clear?
They're going to pretty much sit back at this point because it's a hard case to prove. It's the charges are coercion of a public servant, abuse of official capacity. So what they being the prosecutor, really are his statements and the idea that, he had a vendetta after her and it was all political. But it's hard to prove. I'm looking at the actual, statute. They have to show that he influenced or attempted to influence a public servant in specific exercise, with a duty, knowing that what he was doing, it's an intentional crime, and that's going to be hard to prove. Like really getting into the brain of Rick Perry.
So, Lis, if a grand jury sees fit to indict the governor,
politically appointed,
if a grand
right,
no. The special prosecutor
was a Republican,
is basically a Republican.
Who was seeking appointment to an Obama court, by the way. How convenient.
Yes, and who supported him?
Yeah. What
John
a true
Cornyn
Republican.
and Kay Bailey Hutchison.
Yes.
Let me stop you.
And Democrats did not support him.
The grand jury,
Democrats did not
support him. Jury, first of all, the grand jury is not supposed to be political, let's say. But they only hear the testimony that's brought to them by the prosecutor. There is no defense there. There are no defense witnesses. There is no judge to sustain objections. It's all what the prosecutor wants to put in front of the grand jury. The other thing I want to say about the grand jury is that they deal with a lower standard. What they do to get an indictment is they have to believe probable cause.
Yeah, that was going to be
more likely than not.
That was going to be my question.
Like they're 51 to 49%, versus at a trial when you've got to show beyond a reasonable doubt, which is more like 90%.
Okay, yeah. But there is more to this, though. The governor didn't just urge Ms. Lambert to resign. He threatened. He threatened to pull funding.
And that's the issue. That's the problem, because
from an agency that investigates corruption.
Right.
But who's policing the police here? You got a woman that's plastered and overseeing the governor?
That is not the main point.
Oh, that's not. That's what started this whole thing.
It really is what started it, and that's going to be probably his best defense. It's just that, no, it wasn't because I didn't want the Public Integrity Unit to go forward and didn't want them to be investigating, in fact, even investigating me. It's that I didn't want
or investigating the $3 billion cancer research agency that is full of corruption.
Talking about something that had nothing to do with
us.
No. He offered to put another Democrat on top of that agency.
Yes, and you know what that amounts to? That's not offer. That's blackmail.
Blackmail for somebody who does not deserve
to He didn't get his way. He reportedly tried to make several backroom deals as a way to get Lemberg out of there. And one of them was to, hey, If you don't do this, well, okay, I'll make a deal with you and appoint a Democrat.
How can you serve on the Public Integrity Unit if you have no integrity whatsoever? You should not be serving after that charge. And that is ridiculous.
Yeah, if she had simply resigned as he had wanted her to do, and frankly, I'm kind of surprised that she didn't, but I guess, can keep her job. She's an elected official. Just wait until the next election.
Yeah, he's messing with an elected official.
Yeah, then let the people decide when the election comes around. But if she had resigned and he still went after this section, then I'd say, wow, that's really bad. But I think he's got a good defense in saying it wasn't the section wasn't it was just, I don't want her, a convicted drunk driver, being in charge of this. It just looks bad. It just doesn't smell right.
And it goes
so why did he not really go after some of the Republican prosecutors in various parts of the state that were caught for drunk driving?
Yeah. I don't know.
Kind of begs the need for lawmakers to revisit the people that are convicted of and are in public service. They kind of need to move on and do something else. Lis, thank you much. Yeah. That's Lis Wiehl from Fox News joining us on 710 KURV.